is Mickey Adams in Dallas, Texas. I'm a dealer and a representative for Mullen pedal steel guitars out of Seabrook, Colorado, makers of the G2 and the Royal Precision guitars. In the late 80s, I was playing guitar with Mark Wills in Marietta, Georgia at the Buckboard when one weekend a guy named Tracy Lawrence came in. Tracy had just hit the scene with, I believe, his first hit, which I think was Alibis, and went straight to #1. And I remember being very, very impressed with Tracy, knowing that he was going to be a real country music great, and that certainly came true as a long string of hits followed. And so I was sifting through Tracy's folder in my MP3 list and going over and reviewing some of his older songs, and I came upon this one, Stars Over Texas. Well, I thought this would be a great video to place on YouTube for you beginners to intermediate guys. And so we'll take it from there. That's what we're going to do today, Stars Over Texas. But before we get started, I think most of you know that I'm really not the corporate sellout guy. No, Nike does not pay me to wear a hat. They definitely don't. But when I find a product that I really think is a useful product that's on the market, I want to tell you about it. And here is one. It's called Sticky Picks. This is made by a gentleman named Wayne Hobbs. Extremely nice individual. I got to know him at the show at Dallas this year, and this came recommended by my good friend Jim Lindsay, who tried it first. He'd been raving about this stuff, and I meant to buy some. Well, he happened to be at the Dallas show, so I picked up a bottle. This is a totally biodegradable, natural formula. It's basically like a shoe shine adapter on the end, and you basically just coat the end of your fingers and you put your picks on and they stay put. I mean, how many players have you seen in the middle of a phrase, they'll pick their hands up and they'll do this because they're trying to reseat their picks? Well, that's a thing of the past with sticky picks. So this is really doing me a lot of good. My picks are staying put, my speed picking is improving. I suggest you try a bottle of sticky picks. Also, I spent some time with my good friend Brad Sarno, maker of the Revelation preamp, the black box, the freeloader. Brad has come out with a new preamp called a V8 or VG8, I'm not sure, correct me Brad, but it looks like V8 octal. It uses octal tubes instead of the standard 12AX7 AT7 in the preamp, and it's a very simple gain, bass, treble, and an on-off switch. I'm actually running my guitar into his freeloader impedance matching device, into the preamp, out of the preamp into a Noy Neighbor wet reverb, which is made in Europe, which I really like too, and out of that into a DD3, into a pair of QSC K12 powered speakers. And right now I'm getting the best tone that I think my guitar has ever had. I'm really, really happy. So kudos to Brad Sarno for that. And I've got this new module that I'm using, which shows the numbers as we play a specific thing. So I'm going to utilize that one on this video. So here's the intro that we're going to look at, and here's the numbers. That's about as easy as it gets, ain't it? Okay, 4 5 3 6 4 5 1. Now, this is it in its infancy. Okay, this is no lipstick on the pig, okay? This is just the phrase, okay? This is a 4 chord in E, E being our open tuning. Our 5th fret gives us our 4th chord in the diatonic chord path, which is A major. I'm using the major 3rd and the 5th. Here I'm suspending the 4th over the B chord. Now I'm applying a B chord. This is the 3. Down to the 6, a passing tone, 4, so this is what we're going to be working with in the beginning. This is our lump of clay. Now we're going to shape it, okay? let's look at this first. Here's 6 and 8. Okay? These next two notes, 2 frets higher, can be found right here at 5 by lowering string number 5 and lowering string 6 a whole step. In releasing, we get this. I'm on the wrong pedal, hold on. We haven't had to move. The beauty of this is we eliminate the blocking in between. Now we can Now this is going to give us some fluidity. Now those of you who don't have this lowering of 5, half step, and lowering of 6, it's okay. We can still use this. Okay, so here is going to be the lower inversion, okay? This is 6 and 8 at 5. Strike 8, 6, slide up, depress the B pedal and strike 6 and 7. Release the B pedal, strike 6 and 8, dampen 6 and 7 with the B pedal, dampen 5 and 6, open, dampen, depress the B pedal, strike 4 and 5 and bring in the A pedal, raise the pedals, strike 5 and 6 and go pedals down, pedals up, slide to 5, very slowly. One more time. Now we're ready for our passing tone, which is an E flat. Back to the A chord, 5 and 6. Now for those of you who can lower 5 and 6, and then 4 and 6. This is 4, 3, 2, 1. This is 4 and 6 at 5. This is the A pedal with 5 and 8 at 7. 5 and 8 with the A pedal at 5, 5 and 8 with the D lever. This is a very, very common phrase with a steel guitar. And it's loaded with things to do with our levers and pedals. This is just the, like I said, the bare lump of clay here. Now, let's move the whole phrase up an octave, okay? And the reason I'm doing this is real simple. If you were playing this song in a band situation, you may not have a fiddle player, you may not have a piano player, you may be the guy who generates this entire intro and makes it work and makes it sound believable. You may need to use large intervals. You may need to use long glissandos, but you want to fill up the space that's being left by the fiddle, because the fiddle is actually playing up here. Let's see. Let's see, no one's it. He goes. Okay, so the difference is here. Let's look at it an octave higher. The first phenomenon I want to show you is this. At the 12th fret with the A and B pedals down, strings 5 and 6, give us a root and a third and A, and that's our first chord is A, the 4 chord. Well, the next 2 notes in the scale happen to fall at strings 2 and 4. But over the B chord, they fall at 2 and 4, but the second string has to be lowered a half step. So we can play. Okay? Now we need to get these 2 notes. Now there's several different places that we can get this. We can glissando up to the 19th fret. We can go back actually to the 10th fret. Anywhere in between, there's 9 different locations where we can get this exact phrase and make it sound believable. Here's the first one. Now this is a far cry from which we did in this octave, right? Let's use the E lever raising strings 4 and 8. And we're actually going to use strings 3 and 4 at 10. We're going to strike them and then move up to 12, releasing the E lever as we go. Then we're going to strike 1, and then 4 and 5, and engage the A pedal. We're slurring into this one. Now our passing tone falls right here, and now it's in thirds, not just a single tone. So we can lower our E's, and since we've already got 4 and 5 ringing, we're here, and then our A chord would fall right here. Now we can build from A, da da da, 4, 3, 2, 1 from here. Here's the whole phrase slowly. Pretty cool, huh? That's a whole lot fuller than just straight thirds. It's not to say that that's not effective, but we're looking for a little more color in our playing, right? Okay, so this phrase, let's go back to this. Let's look at this phrase at 7. We're going to do that an octave higher. Okay, and this is 4 and 5 with the B pedal down, bring in the A pedal, raise them, depress the A and B, and strike 5 and 6. There's our passing chord. Here's our A. Now when we're playing up this 4, 3, 2, 1, I want you to consider this. This is striking 2 notes, sliding, striking 2 notes, and resolving. Alternating the picking pattern can add a whole lot of color to what you're playing. Let's alternate using the high note first and then the low note. Let's use the low note first. This is just B pedal, 1 and 6, and 4 and 6. So many options. This is the B and C pedals at 14, strings 3 and 4. E lever. Well, that's about all I have time for on this lesson, guys. You can see how easy it is to take very simple little phrases and make them extremely intricate, and your options are limitless. As always, I really appreciate each and every one of you that tune into my YouTube channel, and I appreciate all your comments, and I hope you'll continue to watch. This is Mickey Adams in Dallas, and I'll see you right back here with your pedal steel. So long.